Hello everyone, welcome to another episode. We are now in the Shiver Peaks again, the southern Shiver Peaks. We just spoke to the Prophet Glint, who told us that the White Mantle's gods are really just a powerful race of spellcasters, and now that we have the gift of true sight, which we obtained from ascending, we can now see them and take the fight to them. So we've come to the Shiver Peaks because after the White Mantle were betrayed by Marcus, the White Mantle pretty much destroyed most of the Shining Blade, and their remnants are here, which we've come to restore. We're going to try and find Avinia and Saidra to save them. So we're back up in Dwarven territory. This is the Shiver Peaks here. Before we were a long way away. We were all the way north, up here in the northern Shiver Peaks. If you remember, I'll keep going. There you go. And you remember we were here at Beacon's Perch, and I mentioned that there were two ways through this outpost. We could either go into the Deldrimore Bowl, or if we were strong enough we could have gone south. We would have come all the way down the mountains here through a place called the Snake Dance and various other places, and if we'd done that early and we were actually strong enough, we could have come here to Drockness Forge, which is basically the capital of the dwarves, I think now. Here it says, long ago, when the tribes of the Deldrimore were united under one banner, Drockness Forge was the seat of the mighty dwarven nation's power. Named for one of its most beloved kings, the forge has never once been taken by an enemy nation. But of course now the dwarves are in a civil war, and last time they helped us pass through the mountains, and no doubt they will want us to return the favour now that we're back. They're fighting the Stone Summit. So another thing to mention, I delayed doing this video for a while. In fact, when I got here, I'd only uploaded something ridiculous like the Dunes of Despair mission in the desert, and I hadn't uploaded any of those, so I decided to give myself some time. Two reasons: one, to catch up on the uploads on YouTube, and second, because it could let me come here when Wintersday was here. So because it's Christmas, we now have Wintersday in Tyria. Now they don't obviously celebrate Christmas, but the celebration they do celebrate at the same time of year is called Wintersday. Essentially this is their New Year's celebration, and it's quite interesting, it's quite cool. Two of the gods of Tyria are quite prominent in it. You've got Grenth, who, like basically the citizens choose whether they want to worship Grenth or whether they want to worship Dwayna, depending on if they want everyone to have a happy new year or whether they like the cold and the snow and stuff. So yeah, Wintersday's going on and towns get decorated for it, as you'll see. I mean, there's giant candy canes here. These obviously aren't usually here at Drockness Forge. I figure since it was coming and I was coming this way anyway, I'd wait for the celebrations. So, and especially just because it's Wintersday, we can also speak to King Jarlis here. So this is the king of the dwarves. We met him before, if you remember. He helped us, and Rurik made negotiations with him at Grubel's Gulch. Let's speak to him. He only speaks about Wintersday though, because he's not usually here. It says, it's good to see you again, Peter. Happy Wintersday to you. This pipe, it is a little garish, I agree, but it is not made out of a corn cob like you'd think. It is actually made of the bones of the horned frost giant Gornash. When you've got the time, I'll have to tell you that tale. It's a good one. So yeah, he's quite cool. And then there's this guy here, Consular Tronar Ironseer. He says, do not be afraid. I am sure you heard of the rumours about the Brotherhood of the Dragon, many of which are not so flattering. There are those in the Dwarven community who see our connection to the dragon Glint as blaspheme against the Great Dwarf. But I assure you, our Brotherhood is not grounded in the spiritual realm. We are more interested in the, well, practical applications, if you will, of prophecy and the art of prognostication. Please stay a while, perhaps you will learn a thing or two. So here in Drockness Forge, as you just heard from that guy, there's a faction of the dwarves that follow Glint and listen to what Glint has to say. And that's quite cool because there's a little shrine here that is specifically for Glint, just up here. And we can summon a vision of her and she'll help us out. So we'll come past here. I love the decorations here, I really do. It's so cool. So yeah, here we'll speak to this guy. This is another guy from the Brotherhood of the Dwarf. He says, do you seek wisdom from the Great Dragon? Kneel here before their altar and perhaps you will be rewarded with a vision of Glint herself. So, that's pretty cool. And we can just stand in this little ring here, in this weird magical thing. And if we kneel, just like summoning the gods usually... Oh. Here you go. Then the vision of Glint appears. Pretty cool, right? Oh, and if you step away, she disappears. I never knew that. So yeah, if we do that again, I never knew that she disappeared straight away. I thought it was just like the other avatars of the gods that stay. So, and now we can actually speak to Glint, and she will guide us as we continue our journey, which is coming to near the end. Vision of Glint. Your ascension is not the end, but rather a new beginning. Those who have helped you get this far are now in great peril. Go to them, put right that which has gone so terribly wrong. I will be here when you return, when you have fulfilled your destiny. Okay, so, and we'll talk to her much later, in the epilogue of the game, a few times. So yeah, there we go. Now that we're here at a new chapter and at Dropness Forge in a new region, some people actually consider this to be the last chapter of the game. There's like different ways you can count it, but I kind of consider this to be the second to last. I was going to do it as the last, but since I've done it every region, I figure I'll just keep doing that. So this is the second to last chapter, and now we can finally get max level armor from the famous dwarven armor crafters, who we'll go to in a minute. But here's some of the carolers of Gwent. Look at all these happy people everywhere. It makes me want to vomit. I look forward to wiping the smiles off their faces and doing my part for Gwent. So basically, as I said before, people pick a side, and then they worship that god and hope that that god will sort of take over for the new year. This person here, this Ascalonian woman, she's called Vanya. She will be the person who gives us the last quest we need to get more attribute points. Once we've completed that, we will be, and once we've got a new armor, we'll be basically at maximum power. It will be as strong as we can get. And I will be doing that quite soon, before we do the first mission, but for now I just want to get some other things in order before we talk to her and get distracted with that little side quest, because it takes you quite far away into the mountains. So Stout Knucklehammer. Bah, how I hate this time of year. Everyone is in a mad rush to get from here to there, while they laugh and smile and celebrate the season. No one pays any attention to me. There's old Knucklehammer, they say, but not one stops to ask how I'm doing or wish me a happy Wintersday. All I've got is me tankard of ale and to keep me warm. No sweet dwarven lass to share a dolly-act flank with by the fireside. Bah, a pox on this entire holiday. So I think it's just people that have got nothing really to be happy about that like Gwent. I guess this is kind of Gwent's little quarter. Yeah, there's just so many festive NPCs and stuff here. There's another one here. We've got the henchman, of course. It says, are there no prisons, no workhouses? Why do you cheery lot insist on trotting up and down in front of my stoop? And look, you can even get special henchmen when it's Winter's Day. You can actually hire these people into your party and they will go out, these snowmen. I'm not sure whether they're actually very good. I think they're only level 10. They might be level 20 here, I'm not sure. But you can take them out if you so choose. Of course, all the areas are 8-man parties now, so you can do a mix of regular henchmen and the snowmen if you want. That place out there is Talu's Chute. That is one of the explorable areas connected to Dropness Forge. So yeah, let's go speak to the armor guy then, shall we? If I can find them. It's a big area, full of snowmen and stuff. Of course, it is usually snow in here. It's not just the decorations that have caused it to snow. So the merchants, dye traders. Oh, and here's the Dwayner's corner, of course. So these are the carolers of Dwayner. The blessings of Dwayner be with you. Join me and raise your voice in song. Everybody loves Wintersday carols. Well, everyone except the Stone Summit, the Grawl, the Charr, most of the undead. But everybody who matters loves Wintersday carols. Sing, I say, sing. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, where's the armor guy? Candy, Smith, Sweet Shanks. Yeah, you can get special weapons and stuff at Winter's Day as well. See all these? They're pretty cool. They do a specific amount of damage and they don't have a damage range or any requirements to use either. I particularly like the shields that you can get. But I doubt I'll get them, I can't really be bothered. There's lots you can do, like you can participate in giant snowball tournaments, which are very fun, people do like those. And you can get all kinds of special rewards, and things will start dropping stuff. When I first started this Let's Play it was Halloween. If I was a little bit faster I could have got to Lion's Arch for Halloween and showed you that then, and Winter's Day for here, but I wasn't quick enough. But you may have remembered me getting some Halloween items right at the start, and that's because that was when Halloween was going on. What the hell, I was just here. I did see the armor traders. This place is so big. Ah, there they are. There's two different dwarves. Oh, there's the other explorable area through that giant gate there. That place is called Whitman's Folly. We'll be going there quite soon. Yeah, so this place is quite good for the armor. When the game first came out, this was the only place in the game where you could craft max level armor. So of course, it was quite famous for that. No, sorry, the only non-elite max level armor. So it was quite good for that, and people always used to try and rush here so they could get the best armor before continuing on the game. Anyway, so we have a choice. I did pick what one I wanted. Yeah, I was going to get this Templar stuff. So I'll buy that, put all the runes on as usual. I won't film it while I'm doing that, just so it's not boring. See you in a sec. Okay, so there we go. I've done all of that now. Things are going to get extremely difficult now, so I've not just crafted some regular armor. I've changed the runes and stuff. I've got a little bit. Luckily, in some of my tests, I managed to get a rune of superior vigor. I've been using major vigor up until now, so that's a little bit more health. It will help a little bit. But the important thing is that I've now got two helmets. One is of axe mastery and stuff, which I'm going to use while fighting, and the other one is of strength, and it's designed to give me more health. And that's what I'm going to use while running. And that way I can get a little bit more health, because if I'm wearing just the axe mastery one all the time, my health goes from 475 down to 390, which is quite a significant difference. I also realised I have to sort of change some of the skills I was using. I decided when I started playing that I didn't really want to use the assassin profession. I didn't want to use a shadow form, which is a skill that stops enemy spells from being able to target you. But in my experience of what I've been testing here in the Shiver Peaks, it's just so hard. So the stone summit are just ridiculously difficult to get by if you don't use it. So I'm going to be using that when we get to the first mission. For now, I've just loaded up this random build that I thought would be quite fun. I know that it can get us around, and it's just going to give me loads of health pretty much. So yeah, here's our new armor. We've now got max armor. Oh, we got this red dye. I can't remember where from, but we do have it, so I'm just going to dye that. As far as primary as far as side quests here goes, there's a certain region up in the mountains that's another like big side quest, like the Tomb of the Primeval Kings. And I might be doing that later, but that's not a part of the main plot. That actually takes place after the events of the main story. So as far as the side quests go here, there's literally those quests from that Ascalonian woman, and then the quests that take you through the main plot. That's it. So, but there are also a lot of outposts around here that I want to go to and read. So we'll do that now. It feels a little bit out of place, I'll admit, because we haven't got a quest or any real reason to go there. So just before we start the main thing, I want to go to two of them. Then we'll go do the main quest some more and continue. But the first one's this place called Camp Rancor, and it's out here in the Talus Chute, which is this cool little place here. I'm going to be using red rocks a lot. As you can see, I've got 95 of them now. That'll help me out a lot with continuing on. It just enables me to pick two other skills that just will help out so much. So there you go. Yeah, we're going to Camp Rancor, which is a Deldrimor. No, sorry, a Deldrimor, or is it Stone Summit? I can't remember. Well, it's a base for one of them. I think I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm fine. And it's just a place where if we had gone south when we got to Beacon's Perch, if we had actually gone south from there, we would have gone through there on our way to Drockner's Forge. It's not too far away. It's just through this area. There's two main ways that you can go to get there. You can go out through the fields here. As you can see, the Tengu live in the southern Shiver Peaks. I think they're called the Angchu here. No, they're called the Akavari, or whatever. They're not that threatening because they can't slow me down. But the Stone Summit do slow me down a lot, which is very annoying. But yeah, there's two ways. You can either go out through the fields here, or there's like a big cave full of trolls in the bottom left of this explorable area. I am going the wrong way, I'm sure I am. And we're just at the north of that cave now. And And that's quite a famous place because it's a place where people like to farm. Power leveling isn't exactly something that people do in this game because, I mean, the max level is only level 20. It's not about leveling up. But where people did used to power level, if they just simply couldn't be bothered even to get to level 20, they would do it. They would get like warriors to do it there at the troll cave for them, or monks. So yeah. Alright, this is the only hard bit of this run here. All of these Tengu, as you can see, they're absolutely everywhere.